this is one that I've been wanting to say for a little bit, but I think there's maybe that's not a video that I actually posted, but basically I had to talk about how I know I did post it. Basically in my video about like a tree, like what do we think is but isn't, and I mentioned love and like how true love, was portrayed and like how people fall in love so fast and like they're always saying like, oh, I love you after like 2 weeks, and that's just how everyone is now. It's like I love you. It's just like boom, everyone's saying it all the time, and I don't necessarily think that like you need to gatekeep saying I love you to a person because the reality is that being compassionate and loving and caring for everyone is kind of the default setting everyone should have. You should have that kind of compassion, that empathy, and that love for everyone. But this is where I want to get with it because the reality is that I always felt that like saying I love you to a person just felt wrong because from what I'd seen in like shows and stuff, I had a certain opinion of what love was, and I was like, well, I don't feel that for you. Like saying like I love you to my mom is like felt weird. It's like why am I saying that to my mom? Like I say that to my partner. Like why would I say that to my mom? But the thing is that I felt like the term I love you was like improper basically because it like its original meaning seemed to be kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, Dissipated, dissolved, diluted. That's the word. Like its meaning has been diluted over time, and especially with media and stuff now, and the way relationships are, people say "I love you," and they don't mean it in that sense that or at least not in the sense that I was envisioning it meant. So I thought the meaning like we need a new word for that because the word love has been used overused, and now we need a new word to describe that. But basically I found out that the Greeks, and there's probably other civilizations and whatnot that have had like similar ideas as this, but basically they had multiple words for love that described different types of love. Because you've got like love for friends, love for brothers, and like love for family. And then you have your love for your partner. Then there's like the lusting love. There's the flirty love. There's like all kinds of stuff. But basically, they had different words to describe the different types of love because I love my family, but I don't think that the love I have for my family is the same feeling that I would have for my partner, So I felt that there was something wrong there, and I still think that maybe we need to have like a different word. I think it's too broad because saying like I love you to my friends kind of feels weird because the meaning can be misconstrued. Saying if that's a word, I'm pretty sure it is. But saying I love you to my friend, I'm like, oh yeah, I love you, but like, my girlfriend's right next to me, and like the friend I say I love you to is a girl. I say I love you, then now all of a sudden they're thinking like he loves her, and it's like it's not the same. I care about my friend, but the way I care about my friend's not the same as how I feel about my partner. You know what I'm saying? So, and like, I don't know. If I were to say like I love you to my brother, that is that the same? Like, does that sound weird? Like, I feel like that sounds weird, but it shouldn't sound weird. And I think that I'm kind of going on a rant about this, but I feel like there kind of needs to be a correction there, and I made another video where I don't remember what I think I called it like a casual conversation, and I'm just talking. It's like I love you, right? And watching that video, um, I feel like it comes out of nowhere, and it's like what was that? But like basically, what that video is trying to say is like I don't think it necessarily should be this kind of like out of nowhere thing, and I don't think it should have as much weight as it feels it does, because that could mean multiple things, because that the person that they're talking to could be anyone, that could be, like I said, it could be their like a person that they have a crush on. It could be their actual partner. It could be their sibling. And that would still be the term you use there, but some of those some of those situations just don't feel like that's what that situation is. So anyway, I digress. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Basically, I think that it's been overused. We need new definitions, and I think that people should say it more, but they should use a term that's probably different to describe it because, like I said, it's overused, and now it's uncertain what exactly you mean by that. Because saying "I love you," but it's like, oh, but I don't actually love you. Like we're just like, I just think you're kind of cool. Like it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's used too often and too easily. I think that it should have more weight to it, but it should also, I think it should be something that people say to people, but they should mean it, and they should know that they mean it. And if they don't mean it, they should say a different term. I don't know. I digress. I'm done. Anyway, peace out.